This is Montemaggiore, a small hamlet on the Julian Prealps. Once upon a time, this hidden gem was populated by a lively and united community, as if it were a big family. The streets were filled with the echo of kids' laughter, accompanied by the sound of cowbells ringing from the pastures nearby. There were farmers who dedicated their lives to the hard work of the land and to the food provision. Each craftsman used to enrich the community with his knowledge and his own art, handed down from one generation to another. And this is Montemaggiore today. Things have clearly changed. Only 18 people live in this village now. The lack of jobs and of future perspectives have caused the death of this small village located in the middle between heaven and earth. Ancient crafts and traditions have been lost forever. In our globalized and fast-paced world, there was no room for Montemaggiore and its community. The research of prospects led the young generations to bigger context, moved by more opportunities as they stated, and readapt their lifestyle to the rhythm of the city. But pandemics reshuffled the cards. Professional fulfillment is not exclusively set by the city, as remote working opened the doors to new opportunities. City life can be amusing and entertaining, but in the long run can get overwhelming and unhealthy. We need to take a step back, a breath of fresh air. In the last 4 months, we have worked hard to create a solution to both harmless depopulation and chaotic lives of workers of big cities. We are the Enactus team of Trieste, and this is SmartBorghing.
To give a new life to Italian hamlets thanks to remote working. To make people rediscover a new life approach that the city fancy has erased. To show companies the benefits of this revolution and guide them through this change. This is our mission. SmartBorghing is a new approach to remote working that is driven by topics such as sustainability and people's well-being. We aim to provide a unique and innovative way of remote working in the undiscovered hamlets of Friuli Venezia Giulia. An innovative work style that allows people to break out of the daily routine, diving into breathtaking landscapes and engaging in sport activities. We want to give companies the opportunity to promote a new approach to work that can reconcile business with pleasure, increasing the quality of life perceived. Our process consisted of a first phase of research, then analysis and interviews to collect data and define our project. We tried to step into smart workers' shoes to find out their needs and the hurdles of their remote working life relating to their mental health and general well-being. To do so, we have been assisted by an expert in occupational psychology, drew up a questionnaire and sent it to several smart workers of desperate ages, gender, cultural backgrounds, and working fields. From the results obtained by the survey, worth to highlight is that the 80% of the respondents has the possibility to work entirely remotely, and more than 2/3 would accept to move for a period longer than 2 weeks. We also studied the post-pandemic work environment of northern Italy to better understand the emerging challenges that companies face concerning remote working. For this purpose, we interviewed some HR managers. Then we focused on the research for potential municipalities or hamlets suitable for the realization of the project. During our encounters with majors and representatives of mountain communities, what really caught our attention were their concerns on the population issues. They demonstrated particular interest in our proposal and learned that some had already undertaken steps against this problem.
We have performed a competitor analysis, and we want to point out the differences from similar services by offering an affordable alternative to their accommodation services in highly touristic areas. Indeed, we will focus on unique and low-priced regions accessible also to young workers. Our business purpose is that of creating a two-sided intermediation platform to connect depopulating hamlets with smart workers in search for a new and healthy approach to work, and companies in need of co-working spaces to organize team-building activities. Together with the local administrations concerned, we will define a redevelopment project that involves the conversion of disused public and private spaces into offices and co-working areas. We will take care of the management of these structures by ensuring their efficiency and by organizing the stay on the site. In addition to this, we will strive to develop a virtual community, a network composed of the remote workers who use our service, business owners in the area, restaurants, accommodation, crafts, food, recreational activities, and local sports associations, with the aim of encouraging exchanges among these parties. Our prospective revenues are mainly related to brokerage fees, thanks to the intermediating platform, but initially we will gain from the accommodation services. Besides, our main sources of revenue will consist in renting fees related to accommodation and co-working areas reserved to companies, and usage fees to be gained from the use of co-working spaces for smart workers individually. When it came to understanding whether our project would have been achievable in real life, the team switched to the proof of concept stage. At the end of this process, we made a choice on what would have been the best fit for us, and the municipality of Taipana has been a win-win result. Taipana is a small village located in the Prealps of the province of Udine and bordering Slovenia. The mayor has demonstrated his support and desire to get fully involved in the actualization of our idea by placing at our disposal disused municipal buildings in proper shape, intended for use as offices and accommodations for smart workers. That's when the partnerships with our pilot project started.
We still have a long way to go, but planning our next steps keeps us closer to our goal. Developing an area regeneration plan is our first short-term aim, so the future partner companies will be able to have an insight on what to expect. Once the key links are established, we aim to expand our network and spread our company's image through a web platform projected to offer business stays. Our digital presence will help us raise awareness about Italian small towns' depopulation problem and implement crowdfunding strategies to fund our project. Furthermore, we want to be leaders in the birth of ties between companies and local realities. For instance, farms, artisan shops, and essential goods suppliers through purchasing groups. This will allow us to help both remote workers by offering them an unconventional and innovative possibility for their working routines, and local entities by enhancing their local economies and typical products. The end result of this symbiosis would be the chance to repopulate small towns and spread their name across the country, and with enough effort, even across the world. In 3 years, we see our company as an ecosystem of utilities that revolve around the concept of sustainable lifestyle, offering services beyond the remote working in a hamlet experience. We also envision these towns as fully energetically self-sufficient, given the reduced size of residential units compared to average city buildings and facilities. In order to scale, our project will need a solid network of agents, with mayors of hamlets being the first players. Administrators have to show their willingness to adhere to this kind of initiative. In particular, they have to be keen on implementing policies against the population. They must be ready to exploit abandoned infrastructures to give them a new purpose. All of this can be done by availing the abundance of subsidies and grants set aside for cultural, economic, and social regeneration. Another key role is played by companies and smart workers who should feel the necessity to approach work life in a new way. We want to leave a mark on as many people as we can, and our message is: take a step back and reshape your conception of lifestyle, rediscover your relationship with nature, and help us bring back the long-lost sense of community.